This is what it means in your culture, right? Many times when we are living in the Western world, which is where we happen to be living, you will feel a clash. You know, I can't understand why people act like this. I can't understand what people are doing. You're bashing your head up against this system that we happen to be living in, and how people view you within this system. So what I'm explaining to you is that where you come from and what is in your DNA, what literally is in your bones and your blood, is the understanding that nothing would exist without you. That's where you come from, right? We don't come from an understanding of any kind of rib or serpents and trees or whatever. That's not our understanding, right? And I'm not knocking anyone else's. I'm telling you what and how we came into being, right? So that when you have a disconnect, that disconnect comes from your DNA. When people say, oh, you're supposed to talk to her this way, or you're supposed to treat somebody like that this way, oh, this person is lesser, this person is inferior, and your mind has a disconnect, that disconnect is coming from your DNA, okay? You don't come from that. That's not our thought process. It's not our philosophy, it's not our way of being. How do we know that to be true? Whose grandmama ever? My grandmama didn't ever keep silent in the church. Y'all's grandmama kept silent in the church? Because mine didn't. Okay? Whose grandmama was ever bowing to anybody in her house? My grandma didn't bow to nobody. Right? We literally bowed to her. Literally. However she chose to make you do it, that's how you was going to do it that day. Right? So we have been taught to see that as the legacy of slavery. You walking around here as a black woman thinking that you all that. You know, running the household by yourself, out here making all this damn money. Don't went on a cruise. Where your ass at now? You ain't even nowhere. You in the middle of the ocean. Out here doing shit. That ain't our way. Right? We've been taught that is the legacy of slavery. The fact that the black woman expects to be treated as if everything came from her, we've been taught that is a negative thing. And that's the legacy of slavery. What I'm telling you and what is scientifically true and historically true, please check my sources, feel free, is that to think that we are anything less than the universe itself, that's the legacy of slavery. So when you walk into a room and everybody said, oh, she thinks she whatever, yes, ma'am. Okay. You was incorrect. Yes, ma'am. Okay. You came from me. When you go to get your annual review and they say you ain't a team player, baby, whose team? What are you talking about? Right? When they say, oh, she's aggressive, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. How you gonna push the whole world out and not be aggressive? You can't do that shit meek and mild. Right? Whoever had a baby natural, where my natural mom is in this, I'm pushing a baby out their body. You can't be meek and mild in that shit. You start out trying to. Oh my God. So beautiful. And the blah, blah, blah. Girl, let your literal pelvis starts opening up. Yeah, you're going to be aggressive. And babies don't come into the world any other way, guys. They do not. Even if somebody decides to cut it out of your body, they're going to let you go through a little bit of that labor first before they say, we're going to have to go on and cut that one out. So when people say these things about us, when they look at us and do not see a demure, quiet, second-class citizen, and they say, so then you are wrong for not being that, that is the legacy of slavery. Right? To think that we could ever be that. To think that we could ever squeeze ourselves into whatever the hell that is. Yes. That's the legacy of slavery.
Thank you, Mama.
But you speaking up for yourself every damn day, that's your norm. You expecting the best treatment always, that's the norm. You knowing that there is nothing in this world that you can't have, That's the norm.
Yes.
You don't create the whole damn world and the whole civilization by playing the back. Right? And no, I ain't known no woman in my family that ever played the back. So when I began to learn these things, I was trying to find examples of that, and girl, I had to look nowhere but in my own kitchen. You know? Your own house that you grew up in. Right? Our mothers didn't play the back. Mama didn't play the back. She might have pretended to play the back from time to time, but the natural state of being of your mother was never playing the back. Because if it was, none of us would be here, guys. In order to survive, in order to exist, in order to be, you have to push all of yourself to the forefront. What that looks like to other people is aggression, assertion. Oh, she's too much. Oh, she's too loud. Oh, her clothes are too bright. Oh, what the hell is her hair doing today? You know? Oh, Lord, she done put a ring through her nose like a damn ox. Are those bones in her ears? The hell color are her fingernails? Right? All of that they see, then yes, that's what you're going to see. Right? It's completely normal for us. This is what it means to be the divine manifestress of all this shit. You don't get anything without me being here. It's not possible. Because where is it going to come from? Where is it going to come from? Right? If any of us in here are to say, I want to extend my lineage. I want my lineage to go on. I don't want my family to be extinct with me. There's only one way to do that, right? So if life is going to continue, and life has always come from a big black person, okay, then for life to continue, it has to continue to come from a big black person. It ain't nowhere else for it to come from. Where else did it come from? Biologically, historically, where do it come? There's nowhere else for it to come from. So that's your nature. That is who you are. That is what you are. Not only that, but that's what you chose to be.